Alright, let's continue off. I just got my hair cut, and I wanted to continue the last topic about selfishness and altruism, or generosity is a built-in biological feature. And I'm talking about the study in which they found that it was inherent in people, that it was biologically linked, selfishness and generosity. And what I think about that is that's like really big news to me. And I read all these interesting articles, and these certain articles stick in my brain. And I collect different articles, I just like to read. I'm really fascinated and a very curious person. So I think when you get to know someone, you try to figure out who they are and what they're about. And when you see actions done by someone, if they're very selfish or if they're generous, and sometimes it's very definitive. I believe that article for me made it very clear that if you observe someone being very selfish, there's a good chance that that's how they are. It's not maybe just one incident. I know it's a sad thing to pass quick judgment on somebody. Maybe it's not fair, but I'm just trying to formulate my little social philosophy about human nature, so that I don't get burned. It's all a means of self-preservation, I guess, and protecting oneself. Now, there was another article about materialism, and I'll tell you how I used that article. That article went on to explain that they found a strong link to children who spent a lot of time with their parents growing up, and those that were raised in a good household, to be anti-materialistic. There's materialistic, there's non-materialistic, and anti-materialistic. Those that didn't get to spend a lot of time with parents became extremely materialistic, very materialistic. And then everybody else fell in between. Now, when the way I use that article is, I would ask when I'm meeting someone, and especially like a gal I'm interested in, I ask her, well, how's your family life? And how was it growing up? I try to assess her family situation, and it's a rarity these days to find a family that's still intact. You see a lot of families where the mother and dad are no longer together, or the dad's on a third marriage, and messed up stuff like that. So I try to find out how they grew up, and I'm almost kind of correlating materialism and selfishness clump it together in one little philosophy there. But I've been finding that it's a little different there. It's not exactly, being very materialistic does not equal being selfish. So to some degree, yeah, maybe it is some selfishness, like whoever being materialistic. Somebody being materialistic is just trying to hoard and get all the toys, get as many toys as he can before he dies, or whoever that idea of getting the most toys is the winner kind of thing. So anyhow, nice scale there. Anyway, what was I saying? Also, There's some things I don't want to discuss. Maybe I'll save it for next time. There's some real insights that I need to think about before I say them, because it may be erroneous, and maybe they're just outright false. So I gotta think about it. But that's pretty much where I go about how I read articles and get learn about, you know, human nature. It's very fascinating to me. I have a great interest in people, and I have a great interest in getting to know someone and understanding how they work and what they think. Yeah, it just does it for me. Very interesting. Everybody has a story.